Okay, so we live on this really long day,
Yeah.
right? From the time you're born to the time you die, given that you die at 90 or whatever,
Yeah.
and you take out the concept of time and dates and days, and you look at things from a less scheduled perspective, because I feel like when you look at things like on a month to month, it creates this like form of almost like restriction.
Yeah.
Does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've only got this amount of days to do something before my next, like, before my rent's due or
Yeah.
before my car is due, and then if you don't accomplish that, then it's like you're like continuously failing.
Yeah.
But when you take that part of it and just kind of like realize that you're on this like really long day,
Yeah.
and every single day, or not day, but like in that time frame from after the point you go to sleep and then wake back up, like once you're up again and you're active and you're moving,
Just continuing.
continue the thing that you left off with before you went to sleep, and not look at it from a day perspective
Yeah.
or from a time perspective. Because I feel like when you look at it from the idea of like months to months or days to days,
Yeah.
that you're more prone to like giving up, and you're more prone to like stopping the idea or the like consistency of whatever it is that you were working on.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of that, there's these like imaginary like rules that are created that kind of dilute our perception of like what a week is.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm working Monday through Friday, and Saturday, Sunday I have to take off, and then Monday's back again and I'm miserable, and it's like there's this
Yeah.
like separation between time, and it's hard to look at everything from a whole perspective, because it's divided. And I feel like once I kind of stopped doing that, I stopped worrying about stuff
Yeah.
as much, and it helped. But I'm the only one doing that, and everybody else is still on time mode.
Yeah.
And so there's like a bit of
So you exist outside of time.
I like to think that I do, or remind myself to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, like the present, like existing in the present, fully existing.
That's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be more present.
And that and that gives you more time. Like that elongates your days.
It does.
Elongates your experience of this world.
It does. And like I've mentioned before, the idea of like living in the hypothetical where people will tell you, do this, and then eventually this will happen, or like guarantees down the road. I feel like that stems from looking at things from a month to month perception.
Mm-hmm.
Because like nothing needs to be down the road.
Yeah.
I should be able to wake up, do something, and by the end of that night get the result.
Yeah.
What's holding it up?
Yeah.
What's holding up or whenever I'm done with whatever I'm working on.
Yeah.
And I feel like people use the idea of time to manipulate other people to get what they want or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a job, like work here for 2 weeks and then we'll give you a paycheck.
Yeah.
How about you just give me a paycheck every day
Yeah.
for the time that I'm here every single day? Why do I have to wait? And same thing with some of these projects.
Right.
It's like, do this, and then in a couple months, then this can, it's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I'll do the shit now,
Mhm.
pay me now.
Yeah.
In a couple months, then you make your money back and then pay me more.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so.
No, for sure. And I think, that's, I feel like a result of us not knowing how to make the most of, like, one, we live in a different experience of time now than we did years prior.
Yeah.
So like, getting payment out, like getting results took longer. Now we live in a world. It's like we can make results in a day. We can have a full length, like a 15-minute project done in a matter of like a day, 24 hours. And I even like coming back here, I'm like, okay, driving here last night, okay, it's going to take me, in reality, 40 minutes to go 60 miles or 50 minutes to go 60 miles, as opposed to 3 days of a journey. We're literally, even when we're driving, just experiencing time differently than people have. And so just the amount that we're able to do and accomplish. And I think it's a thinking of the land and how it produces and it consistently produces, but also needs that time to rest, like fruit and crops and all that. Like things are born in season, and so I think it's more rather than a continuous day. It's like it's seasonal to give the experience of change and transformation. Otherwise, it's just like, all right, well, are we just gonna live in spring forever? Are we just gonna live in harvest season forever? Or are we just gonna always harvest? Then we don't appreciate the harvest in the season of drought, in the season of winter, when everything's dead,
I kind of look at that as like a
government.
Fucking government. I kind of look at that as like a metaphor for our emotions.
Yeah.
Because like seasons change, our emotions change, and with us being creators, we act on whatever emotion that we have and like what we're doing. So if I feel a certain type of way, then I'm gonna deal with people a certain way, or I'm gonna have certain music I'm gonna listen to, or I'm gonna create certain types of designs or illustrations a certain way because of how I feel, or like that's the season that I'm in. And that changes according to circumstance or result or interactions, it produces differently, like the turnaround time is different if I'm really into something versus if I'm not really feeling it.
For sure.
Or if I'm making a lot of money, or if I'm making $0, like most people prefer to pay me in $0.
Yeah.
So the results, vary. If you're not watering the plant, you're not going to get the result you want. If it doesn't rain, you're not going to get the crops that you want.
Yeah.
And if I'm the fruit or the vegetable, not the fruit, but if I'm the vegetable, not even that. If I'm a growing organism and I want my work to get better, if I'm a sweet tasty pastry, if I'm working with somebody,
it has to be watered.
Fucking water the plant.
Yeah.
Help me grow.
For sure. Because
otherwise, you're not going to get the result that you want. Turnaround time's not going to be met. Quality of work isn't going to be there. There's no motivation. There's no inspiration. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like with anything. It's like any relationship. You get into a relationship with some chick. She wants you to give her attention. She wants you to be romantic and nice and all that corny bullshit. Otherwise, she's not going to love you, and she's going to leave you for the next person. Yeah. And then that person's going to do the same thing, and then she's going to leave him and go to the next person. Before you know it, she's got a body count the size of fucking, Alaska. and then her reputation is terrible. And then now nobody wants to take her serious because she's got a body count of anything above 2. And, then it's like, how do you even take that serious?
I was good up until there.